Don't drive these cars, guys. JPMorgan predicts a recession, layoffs hitting highs. The stock market isn't a fan of all this back and forth when it comes to our economy. Now, on the one hand, investors are urged to jump into the market as things are getting better, supposedly, all right? But on the other hand, they're actually telling people to be careful with their investments because we're heading for a downturn. Kind of like how JPMorgan has been changing its tune, well, since this entire thing unfolded.
Got JPMorgan's weekly economic report, and they are calling off their recession forecast for this year. They are crediting the quicker than expected resolution of the debt ceiling, as well as less impact from bank credit tightening as a result of the Fed's program put in place. Now, they are saying recession risk is still elevated for next year. But what's happened is, and we reported on this Monday, I'll come back to that in a second, is they had to boost their GDP forecast for the third quarter. They went up from 0.5 point to 2.5%, along with others. They do say, though, that Fed over-tightening is the major risk to the economy.
You got that right. JPMorgan is saying that there's no recession this year. Okay, sure. I'm a little bit apprehensive here because just days before this broadcast, literally days before it, they also said that a recession was inevitable.
The one component of the ISM that we spent a lot of time talking about was employment. It continues to decline. You've only seen it at these levels when the Fed has been cutting rates. So either this is something brand new, or the markets, the data in the markets, the economy is telling us we're going to see slowdown.
So you're in the recession and the lower bond yields camp.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, at some point in time, these guys, they're going to have to pick one side of the table because we're on both sides of the table right now. You know what I mean? Kind of like saying a coin has two sides. Now, if I flip it, there's a chance it ends up heads, but there's also a possibility of it going down tails. In the end, I'm right either way. Like, it doesn't even make sense how many of their analysts can go against each other like this. But when you get to the bottom of it all, like, does anybody here really think that we're not in a recession? And if you think that we're in a recession right now, go ahead and drop a like for the video. And while you're at it, go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So yeah, do you guys think that what we're experiencing right now is not a recession? It's not like they changed the meaning of the darn thing, huh? But here's something that should make things a little bit clearer. Employment is on the rocks. It's so bad that weekly applications for U.S. jobless aid has gone up from a 5-month low. And while it's not like record-breaking numbers or something, it means that layoffs are going up. I think we're seeing around like 200,000 of these applications a week. But no, there's no problem with the economy, folks. Don't focus on this. Focus on something else. Focus on the news, right? Now, since we're talking about unemployment, let's list down some of the things that I can find right now. Now, give me a second here. So there's FedEx that announced 280 layoffs at one of their facilities in Texas. There's a San Francisco-based satellite imaging company called Planet Lab. They're going to be laying off 117 employees. CVS Health, you know what pharmacy store? They're cutting 5,000 jobs while their CEO talked about a once-in-a-generation transformation in healthcare, like whatever that means. I guess it's their way of saying that more layoffs are coming for the company.
CVS, the drugstore chain, beating estimates for quarterly profit and sales. Its CEO saying this: we continue to execute on our strategy to expand access to health services across our care delivery channels and strengthen our consumer engagement to improve their health and well-being. Abby has more. Hey, Abby.
Hey, John, and that is all true, and yet the stock is down more than 1%. All over the map, though, this morning. Earlier in the pre-market on these results, it had been up 2%, down as much as 2%. So first, for the good news, what you were just talking about, they beat on the surface level. Next year and the year after, for 2024, they're saying they can no longer meet their guidance of $9 per share, earnings per share. And for 2025, they can no longer meet $10 of earnings per share. So that is weighing on the stock. And of course, yesterday they announced that they are doing this restructuring, cutting 5,000 jobs, more so at the corporate level. They're trying to transform into more of a healthcare company from the retail. On the year, John, CVS down more than 20%, underperforming the S&P 500 essentially by 40%. This company really has their work cut out for them.
We've also discussed a lot of problems with the real estate market. We got a few videos on it, and if you haven't watched any of them, why haven't you? I'm just kidding, guys. So the real estate market, it is really down together with housing, and I don't turn back time too far here, but I told you guys about this months ago, like even a year ago, right? And as we're seeing with Redfin, things are only getting worse because they just up and decided to cut 4% of their workforce. Now, do you think that these layoffs are a sign that the economy is actually not in a good way right now? I'm pretty sure you guys already understand that that question was rhetorical. Kind of like asking like if water was wet or if birds could fly. Well, technically chickens don't fly, right? All right, I'm just blabbering here, folks, but you get the point. And with this latest update that I got from Tesla, I got a feeling that some people are either about to get let go or at least they're getting shouted at by Musk.
We've got more backlash for Tesla after the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, you know them in your hood as NHTSA, they announced an investigation of complaints about loss of steering control in certain Tesla models. Yahoo Finance's Pras Subramanian, he joins us with the details here. Hey, Pras.
Hey, Brad. So yeah, another safety issue for Tesla and NHTSA, like you said, investigating 280,000 Model 3s and Model Ys over a power steering loss of control of the steering wheel. Basically, there's 12 complaints. One person said they lost control, hit a tree. So there's been accidents because of this. Another person had to basically just steer into the median and go into the shopping center. So serious stuff here with loss of steering. So this is the first step in a safety probe is the first step before an official recall can be announced. But, if you got to replace parts like steering components, that could be a big recall and a big headache for a Tesla.
Now, 12 reports. How is that high, low versus what we tend to see in these kinds of situations?
It's only for so far the 2023 model year. So it's pretty high for one model year. This is only just these most recently built Teslas, Model Y, Model 3 sedan. So kind of a big deal there.
That is a huge headache. I mean, I can only imagine like getting a new car in 2023 and then suddenly it won't turn left. Is it because Elon Musk leans to I'm just kidding here, folks. But yeah, a huge problem for them. And it's not only their issue right now. There are reports coming out that some researchers, or, I think they're more commonly known as hackers, just found a way to jailbreak a Tesla. Now, are we back in 2010? I knew jailbreaks were great for iPhones back in the day, but now they're jailbreaking cars. This is absolutely insane. Can you imagine someone jailbreaks your electric car and then they start like controlling your car? You lose control and they can just like crash you into a wall or crash you into another oncoming car. That would be crazy. So what they did was they hacked the hardware underpinning Tesla's infotainment system, which allowed them to get access to paid upgrades. Kind of like heated rear seats for free. But let me stop there for a second. What is it about these cars and these restrictions? Like the heated seats, they're already there, but they're going to charge you to unlock the access to it. It's not like they can magically put in software and then the hardware will just pop up. The physical heated seats are already in your Tesla. But if you're not giving a little bit of extra money to them, too bad. You're not going to be able to use them. I think it was BMW that was doing something similar with a subscription offer for heated seats too. I could kind of picture out like what the car will actually tell you once one of those payments don't go through. Turn right at oh wait, you didn't pay for your monthly GPS service. Please make your payment of $8.99 before we can guide you the rest of the way to your destination. I mean, that was my best robotic voice, but bear with me guys. But you guys get what I'm trying to say here. It feels like we're going toward a future where our cars will have wheels and windows and add-ons. It's crazy. But what do you guys think of car companies that do this? Like they nickel and dime you for every little feature that is technically already on your car, but you need like an electronic code to permit you to use what's already there. Like, can you imagine? Oh, well, you didn't pay for the power windows feature, so we can't unlock it. And then you submit like $10 and then all of a sudden your power windows start working. Like the power windows were already in your car. They just didn't let it work because you didn't send them enough money. But I want to hear from you guys. What do y'all think on this? And what are you guys' thoughts on all of today's topics for that matter? Make sure you guys let me know in the comment section down below. And before I go, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the subscribes. And I'll see you on the next one.